Alright boys, let's just stop the cap. We all know that we play FGO not for the story, not for the gameplay, we play it for the waifu. So we are now back to do another Smash or Pass, although this has kind of evolved from just doing Smash or Pass to like actually just doing a tier list for waifus for each class. And now we are on the Rider class. And I know that I may or may not have forgotten Bradamante last time, so I'm hoping that I didn't leave anybody out, but, you know, it would not be a ZTL video if I just forgot one random person, right? Maybe sometimes I'll start doing it intentionally. No, I'm just kidding, all right? Yeah, we're going to talk about this in today's video, so kick back, relax, listen to my takes on some Rider waifus, and as per usual, I will drop the tier list. I will go ahead and link it in the comments down below. It'll be the top pinned comment, so you can also come into the Discord, and you could be like, ZTL, you big McChungus dummy, why did you have Drake and nice seafood dinner and not as your goddess? And you know, we can yell at each other and it'll all be great, because the most fun you can be having on the internet is yelling at people over your fate waifu takes. I think it's just a grand whole time. But anyway, let's start getting into this. So first and foremost, we got Mordred. Now, if you guys have come out to any of my streams or anything, or you have talked to me for more than, I don't know, 5 seconds, you guys know that I like Mordred a lot. I think Mordred is, this is my hot take for this video, I think Mordred is just Artoria, but like way better in literally every conceivable way. For normal Artoria, I do like the ruler Artoria a little bit more, but that's cheating, all right, for obvious reasons. But I think Mordred is, like, from like a character standpoint, is just like an Artoria that's a bit more complete, just has a lot more going on, and she's one of the things that made Apocrypha for me. Granted, she is one of the few servants in Apocrypha that gets a lot of focus, because her and Shishiko kind of get to do their own thing as their own faction, but I absolutely love Mordred, and Rider Mordred is adorable. If you have not played Summer 1, I encourage you to go find some way to reread the event, whether it's on YouTube or it's some weird Reddit post where they have like mapped out the entire thing, because it's adorable enough even for just Mordred herself. She just wants to hang out with Artoria and make amends for things, and it is adorable. I absolutely love it. So she's going in top shelf. Ceticato, I've told this story as well a few times, that when Babylonia was coming out on the NA version of the game, I had no intention of summoning on the banner. I was like, this is perfect, I can save my Saint Quartz, Merlin comes out later, I'll just blow all my Saint Quartz on that guy. Perfectly fine, I could just save up. And then I ended up going like 330 Saint Quartz deep on the banner because I needed Ceticato after reading Babylonia. Because beforehand I was like, yeah, okay, it's like a blonde lady, it's whatever, but again, very similar to Mordred, Ceticato is just adorable, and I think I actually like her a little bit better than Mordred, because, again, one of the saving graces for Babylonia for me, one of the things that I think really does make it, because Babylonia is a very long story chapter, to say the least. You're there for quite a long time, and so the characters being very top-notch in there, I really did feel helped me get through it, and Ceticato is one of those reasons. I also love that Ceticato just gets to, like, flex on Tiamat at the very end. Super dope. The anime did it so much justice. Like, not only is she super adorable, and she's cool to be hanging out and chilling and talking to, but she's also strong, and you know what? I like me my tomboy GF, so, you know, we like Ceticato. Maid Alter, okay, so you're going to start to see a little bit of a trend. Saber faces generally get to be put up pretty high. Now, Saber Alter versus Mordred, because I kind of view both of them as, like, a better version of normal Artoria. Like, normal Artoria, I think, is, like, baby's first good fate waifu, right? Like, it's like, if you got, like, Artoria, Sakura, or Rin, those are kind of like, okay, you start out there and then you start to branch out into other things, right? You start with Rin and then you move to like Ereshkigal, right? You start with Artoria, then you move to Saber Alter. Sakura, I have no idea. I guess Kama, I don't, Parvati, something like that, all right? You move on to something else, right? But because I kind of view them in the same light, I'm going to put them next to each other, because I do like Salter and Summer 2. Summer 2 is not an event that I have too many fond memories of from a gameplay perspective, but I was rooting for Salter and Nero's team the entire time, because, dude, not only did it have Nero, but it had Salter, and they were like, what if we made Saber Alter a maid? And I know this is technically cheating, because it's not FGO, but her scene in the original Carnival Phantasm is great. It's absolutely goated. I mean, bro, she literally spawned the, like, the whole Gilgamesh meme where he's like, yes, please, mommy Salter, step on me. Like, it just spawned that whole thing. And so I do like her a lot. Now, This is when things are going to start to move down a little bit. I do not really like Ishtar all that much. I think that is very well known. I like Space Ishtar. I like Ereshkigal. I think Rin in Fate Stay Night is okay. I don't really like Ishtar a whole lot. You know, Gilgamesh is my favorite character, so it kind of just comes with the nature of the territory. But Summer 2, again, as I just mentioned, is not an event that playing it I have too many good memories of, and it's literally all her fault. I don't like her, all right? You're going in the don't tier. I don't like you, all right? It's just the way it has to be. It's just the way it is. I'm just the messenger, all right? All right, then there's Medusa. Now, this is going to be a very weird thing for me, right? Because I'm going to be putting her kind of in this more B-ish tier thing. And I just think that's because Medusa doesn't get as much love as, say, some of these other servants over here. That, like, when I think of, say, Mordred, she gets to do a whole lot. She's very active in the story. And so when I like the character, it's kind of like more reinforced because I keep getting to see them do more stuff. Medusa is just like, probably should be up here with these people from how much I've, like, you know, rambled on like Twitter or on stream about how much I like this character. It's just that she doesn't have as much material going for her, right? Like, she's just not as active in the story, and they kind of refuse to give her a summer servant. For some reason, Lasengle, please do right by me and give me a Medusa or Medea this year, because I've been fiending for one of them to get something, right? Give them a summer version, a Halloween version, Christmas version. I'll take whatever. Just don't forget about these characters, because I do like Medusa a lot. I do like the whole thing that she's like, it's ironic because she's very like tall, I guess, for like Japanese standards, but she's only like 5'6", so like it's really funny to me specifically that she's like, oh, people wouldn't like me because I'm so tall. I'm like, dog, you're 5'6", you're not even that tall. Like, it's whatever, like, chill out. It's fine, but it's really cute. I think Medusa and like all the extra Fate Stay Night material, like anytime she's like not involved in the Grail War but just getting to do slice of life stuff, very adorable. But I need to see more. I want to see more from my top shelf premium waifus, and she just needs to be given a bit more. Reigns, I think Reigns is like okay, like, you know, she'll kind of be going down here. Like, yeah, she's cute or whatever, but I don't know. I'm just not super like Reigns is just not like a character that I'm like going head over heels over. Like, she's cute. It's kind of about it for me. I'm not the hugest on Reigns. If I'm gonna be honest, this was one of those things that I summoned on them for because, you know, gameplay. You know, I wanted my 50% battery secondary waiver, basically. Okay, this is literally baby Da Vinci. Look, it goes in don't. For obvious reasons. Boudica is another one very similar to Medusa. I think Boudica is one of those servants that if they gave her a little bit more, she would be insanely popular. Because think about it, Boudica cooks, she's really hot, she's nice. There's like nothing wrong about this servant. Like, she got everything going for her. They just refused to do anything with her. Like, they just refused to put her in events, refused to give her the Avenger version that we were like I don't want to say promised, but alluded to getting in like Summer 2, right? It's even why I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, I actually was talking to people about how Boudica has more of a precedent to get a summer servant than like people that I'm asking for, like Ereshkigal or Medusa or Medea, because they've already set up the fact that we should have an Avenger Boudica. They at least have not said like, oh, don't worry, Ereshkigal is going to be getting like an Archer version at some point. Like, they've already dropped the class that she's going to be in, right? Like, so I have to imagine that there is some idea floating around at DW's old headquarters or Lasengle. Someone's got the designs for these summer Boudicas, and I want to see it, all right? I want it to be a big part of that, because I think that Boudica, for a lot of people, I feel like everybody would like Boudica. I feel like she'd be very, very popular. She just needs to be given like a good unit, because as much as everybody will like deny it, the servant being good helps you enjoy them a lot more, right? Like, I can't deny that I would still really like Morgan and Jalter a lot if they weren't as good, but it would be a lot harder to... It'd make me feel bad using them if they just sucked, right? And Boudica is one of those servants that you're never breaking out because they're not super great. They have a very weird niche that you don't really need all that often, right? So if they gave her like just a really good summer servant, just make her like a generic arts AoE servant. Just have her be like Ibuki 2, you know? Just have her be Ibuki Berserker, just 2.0, and then we'll just call it a day. Because I think Boudica could be one of those servants that has like a lot of potential, right? Just waiting to be like brought out. But I can't also deny that I do like Boudica a lot. I like my red hair anime girls, all right? Rias is definitely up there for me. I like Urza from Fairy Tail, all right? just deal with it. I like my red-haired waifus, all right? Oh, not as much as I like the white-haired waifus, like Morgan Jalter in them, and like Kage Tora, but I still like the red hair. I think it's nice. All right, Camilla. Camilla, I also like quite a bit. I think I've always been on the Camilla train ever since, I think it was Summer 1 when we got the swimsuit CE for her. Someone can correct me in the comments down below, but I believe it was a Summer 1 swimsuit. I believe it was her and Nightingale that got them, and a lot of people were like, oh, these characters are really hot. These characters are pretty nice. And then when they finally gave us actual Summer Camilla, dude, she's just super based in Summer 4. Like, I don't know how you can not like Camilla, right? Like, she's just a sweetie pie, right? And she has a car. If you're going out with Camilla, you get a sports car, and you get some, like, robot dog things. Bro, it's just cool. Just a cool servant that's really hot. Bonus points for the white hair. Moving on. Then there's Ushi. Okay, I know that I'm going to be crucified out in the streets for this one, but I'm not actually, like, super huge on Ushi. I think she's really cute, but I'm not, like, I never really was in on, like, the Ushi hype train, right? It was, like, I don't know, right? Even, like, Tyra's nice, but I'm just not one of those guys. Like, it's just not for me, I guess. She's cute. I think the interactions she has with the master are really adorable. But I guess, like, from the perspective of playing the game and, like, interacting with your servant, Ushi always seemed like a friend thing to me and less of, like, a wifey type thing. I don't know. I don't know if maybe anybody else is, like me, and they're just willing to stick their neck out like this. Be like, I'm not the biggest fan of Ushi. Because, look, in FGO, and especially in a lot of these mobile game gacha communities, there are, like, certain characters that you have to like, or you will be, like, taken out in the streets, and Ushi's one of them. Like, you're kind of expected to really like Ushi a lot, but I don't know, like, I think she's cute, but that's really about it. Not a whole lot else going for her there. Same thing for, like, Europa, but at least Europa's not, like, as popular. I guess I like Europa a little bit more than them, I suppose. I like her design a lot, but again, just don't really care about Europa all that much, right? And, like, for me, if I don't really care about the servant, it's hard for me to really like him in any, like, waifu capacity, because if I don't like you as a person, it's going to be very hard for me to be, like, attracted to you in any way. I know I'm very weird, right? I have to actually like the person. Very strange, very out there take. But so it's like, I just don't care about Europa. She's just kind of, like, there, so I'm just not really interested in her. Like, if they gave her, like, a summer version or a Halloween version, I'd be like, that's cool, whatever, don't care, right? Just wouldn't really care. Marie, okay, so I'm pretty sure that this Marie is actually, like, adolescent Marie, so I'm going to put her in don't, because I don't want Chris Hampson to slam me through the wall. She is very adorable, loved her in Orleans, but I'm pretty sure she's, like, 13 or something, so I'm putting her down there. And I think the other, like, precedent for that is that we have Marie Alter, and Marie Alter looks more developed, for lack of a better term. And so I'm like, I'm going to put her down there because I don't feel comfortable putting her in any higher tiers. Then we have Murasaki. I heckin' love Murasaki a lot. I actually did her own, like, video a couple of days ago. And I was like, I know that nobody really cares about Summer Murasaki, but I like Summer Murasaki, so I'm going to do a video on her. I still think she kind of lands in, like, this area for me. I think she's got a little bit more going than Medusa, but I can't say that I like her more than, say, Boudica or, like, Camilla. Like, I don't know if I could say that I like her that much, but, I guess another hot take is I'm not super huge on Raiko, but I do like Murasaki a lot. I don't know why. They're basically, like, the same character wearing different outfits, but I like Murasaki a lot. So, I don't know. I'm going to put her up there because I feel like that's a good spot. Martha, not super huge on Martha. Again, I feel like this is another one that people are going to be like, all right, let's kill him, like, let's bring him out back. Let's bring Old Yeller out here and we're going to kill him. But again, Martha, one of those servants, people are like, yeah, we all like Martha. And I'm like, I'm just not super big on Martha. Like, I don't know. I don't really care a whole lot. Like, she's got some nice CE art and everything. And the Christmas Martha is very cute. I'll give you that. She's funny in the first summer event, but just don't really care all that much, right? And okay, this is going to be another one. Drake. Don't really care too much about Drake. Like, Drake is probably, like, the highest one in this tier for me, because I do think that, like, on a good day, I could bump Drake up a tier and, like, put her at the bottom over here, but I'm just not super high on the whole Drake thing. I don't really know what it is because I do like Drake as a character a lot. Like when she pops up in story, I do like her, but maybe it's like an Ushi thing for me where like I look at Drake and I'm like, it's more of like a buddy buddy thing. Like I think Drake is cool to hang out with because you know Drake likes to go plundering. She likes to have a couple of drinks. She likes to sail while inebriated. I'm like, that's pretty cool, you know. This is some this is some activities I could get up to. But as far as it's like, okay, but what about from a wifey perspective? I'm like, can we just keep it friends? I don't know if you, okay, look, I know that nobody in my audience has ever gone outside, but you know, sometimes you'll be talking with the girl and it'll be like so you'll be getting along so well that you don't even want to like pursue a relationship because it might ruin just like the legitimate good friendship you have. And I feel like that's a Drake thing for me. That like I would just be like, yeah, Drake is one of those that I wouldn't want to ruin a really cool friendship you could have by really seeing them in that perspective. So I don't know. I have her down here not because I dislike her. It's just one of those reasons that from a waifu perspective, which is what this is, it's from a waifu standpoint. You know, I think she's kind of around there. This one I think is the little baby man one. So it's like the, what is it? The archer one is the blonde lady and the rider one is the little baby over here. So I'm going to put that in don't over there. Salter, okay, this is okay, funny story. I'm gonna say that I like her a little bit more than the summer one because here's a sad story. Here's a tale that just kind of puts this in perspective. So when I was like kind of first starting to play FGO, I believe Artoria was actually my first 5-star. I've double checked this a couple times on stream and I think she is the first 5-star I got, which is very fitting. And I do like Artoria in FGO. I think she's fairly enjoyable and like her interludes. I know she's not in any like main story or anything. You have to wait for like Castoria for that, but at the very least, I like her interludes and things. I think they're very, like, fun. And you get the, you know, her little Bond dialogue and everything is just really cute. And so I grailed her. I took her to 100 because I was like, yeah, Artoria is really nice. I like using her. And then immediately after that, I went and reread the old Christmas event. And I was like, man, I should have grailed Salter. Because I'm like, man, I like Salter a lot more than I like Artoria. I was like, man, I really blundered on this one. And it was this event that I went and reread that I realized I was like, oh, I've made a mistake. And I was like, I grailed the wrong Artoria. It's fine because that Artoria is now like NP2 level 100. So whenever like farming nodes come up that she's good for, she just claps them up. So from a gameplay perspective, yeah, it's super great. She's always just like eviscerating people. But from my soul, from my wifey perspective, I'm sad. I'm dying. Astolfo. All right, look. Hot take. Astolfo cute. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I'm putting him, like, probably there. Think like him kind of in the middle there. Astolfo cute. Deal with it, all right? Then again, I think most people that get into Fate or, like, play FGO have the same experience. They're like, that's a really cute girl. And then everybody in the fandom is just like, oh, is that what you said? And then, you know, we all laugh at them. Maeve. I think Maeve is really cute. The problem is that Maeve is going to be very toxic. But she does have a really good outfit in Lost Belt 6. I'm gonna put her here. I'm gonna put you there, alright? Just on the account that you have a really banging outfit in Lost Belt 6. And your Grail life suit is also pretty nice as well. So I'll give you credit there, but I don't want anything to do with Maeve, dude. Like, I think Maeve is going to be, like, toxic GF.jpg, dude. I don't know if I want to have any part in that. Dude, Habitrot is literally, like, a little bean baby, dude. Habitrot is too adorable to be looked at in any wifey perspective, dude. Like, they're literally, like, 2 feet tall. They are, like, a little, I don't know if anybody remembers the little stuffed animals, like the Beanie Babies from, like, the 90s or whatever. I'm not that old, but I used to have a couple when I was a little kid. And she just reminds me of those things, like just like a little stuffed animal that you can just carry around. She's too cute. I love Habitrot a lot. Plus, she came out very early in to my JP account's life cycle when I started playing over there. And so she's also from a gameplay side of things. I really like her a lot because she's gotten me out of like a lot of difficult nodes and everything because she's just standard.jpg good looping servant. So I do like her a lot. Canis. Canis is hard because Canis is one of those servants that you're supposed to really like. Everybody likes Canis. I just think Canis is very rude. She gets on my nerves, and I really just do not care for her a whole lot. Ever since she popped in like Lost Belt 1, and she would like walked up to Kadok and Anastasia. You know, she walked up to them and then was just being very mean to them for no reason. You know, I don't like that, especially because well, no spoilers, but Cadoc's a pretty cool guy by now, in current, JP story. And so I'm like, man, you're just being mean. And Anastasia's like a super sweet lady as well. So I'm like, can't do it. Makes me mad. I don't, shaking my finger at Canis. Don't like her. I also do not like Liz. I think this has been a very consistent take. I just do not like Liz. I'm sorry for all my Liz enjoyers out there. I don't know. Just don't like Liz. She's annoying. She gets on my nerves. Why are there so many of her? I don't like it. All right. Oh, okay. So this might be surprising for a couple people because most of my NA player base don't know who Nikki is, but I absolutely loved Nikki. Like as soon as she came out for the Taigong Tagunska Sanctuary event thing, whatever you want to call it. And so ever since then, and ever since I've like peeped the translations and everything, I've loved her ever since. She's also a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. She's literally Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's one of my favorite archetypes to play, even though it's not very good. But I still like playing it. And so it's like, dude, she's like a combination of all these things that I like. She's cool. She's really cute. She references other stuff that I like as well. Just all comes together. Boom. She's taking the #1 spot. And then Baiken over here. Okay, now Baiken I'm going to put down here just because I actually don't know a whole lot about Baiken. That's one of the few events on JP that I did not really read or care about all that much. And I think it was because I was really disappointed that she wasn't single target because, again, it's one of those things where like the gameplay, half of my brain is like, she would be so good if she was single target. But then they made her AoE for no reason. And so I just didn't really care too much about the event because I was like, it's the dog event. It's whatever. It has a cute gimmick where you can send your dogs out to get materials and everything. And I do like that. But aside from that, I was like, I don't really care about Baiken all that much. But yeah, this is the tier list that I'm working with. All right. This is my opinion. It's fine. Look, you can have your opinion. I'll drop this in the comments down below. But let's just agree, gentleman's agreement, that we all got different tastes. We all got our own waifus, right? Let's all agree on that one. And then, after we gentleman's handshake, then we can all kill each other in the comments, all right? You guys can come after me for not liking quite a few servants that I think are very, very popular. And especially like Medusa being here, I think is going to be quite troublesome. But look, my list, all right? It's my experience playing FGO, all right? Look, leave me alone, right? Then again, I say that, then someone's going to be like, Astolfo for me is probably going to be in Don't. I'll be like, I'm coming after them immediately. I'm like low tier god running towards them, bro. I'm not going to finish the rest of that. I don't want to get demonetized. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace. Light, guys.